Great. Welcome everyone to my LinkedIn Live series. We have a saying in Chinese. So for the people who's the first time watching this, my name is XIAO-YU Cheng. You can call me XIAO-YU. I'm a leadership and intercultural transition coach and a business consultant. You may find more details about my work on my LinkedIn profile for sure, and also my website. And please feel free to share in the chat window where you are watching from, and also during my sharing anytime. I would love to hear from you through the chat window, how you resonate. Do you agree or don't agree? Or, what's your opinion? Or how does it resonate with you, or anything you would love to share around that topic? So we have a saying in Chinese. This is a project on LinkedIn Live here I'm doing. Every Thursday, 5 p.m. Central Europe time, I come up live. So I'm here to share a Chinese saying with the goal to share the language, the culture, the wisdom behind, but also together with my reflections and the thought around leadership and the intercultural transition for individuals or business, or simply general for personal or professional development. That's why I'm here to share and start a conversation. So everyone, thank you for being here. And today, the phrase I want to share with you is 术业有专攻. 术业有专攻. This is a sentence, a phrase from an article of Han-Yu. The article is called 师说, translated into English as Discourse on Teacher. And Han-Yu is one of the greatest writers from the Tang Dynasty. And also, when I was preparing for today's talk, I found there's an article, someone translated the whole article into English. Later, I will also share in the chat window. So if you are interested or curious, you can check out the whole article. So 术业有专攻, we can understand it as a literal translation is about with the knowledge or professional skills, everyone got their own focus or specialized field. Everyone has their own directions, right? Something they are good at or better at than other people. Or sometimes we use that to refer to the specialist master their own field. Everyone is a specialist in their field. So the characters 术业有专攻, 术, 事物术, we can understand as technology or the knowledge, expertise, know-how. 业 is industry or field or direction. 有 have or with. 专 is focused or specific. And 功 we can understand as achievement or milestones or specialized experts in the knowledge, the achievement or recognition of the industry, the knowledge. So 术业有专攻. And today, with that Chinese saying, let's talk about the situation when you have someone more experienced in your team, right? Someone is the expert in something in your team and happen they are more experienced than you as a team leader. And it could happen sometimes as a team leader or a project leader. We have team member in your team who may work longer time in the company, which means they know their way around better than you. Or someone is more experienced in the field, in that specific field more than you. For example, in a tech company, it's common a project leader may lead a team of senior engineers who know much more or have much more technical experiences than the project leader. And sometimes they could be also older than the project leader, age-wise, or they could work longer time in the period in the company. And this situation could be perceived or treated differently between different culture and the leadership styles. And when I talk about culture, it's the general definition of culture between the East, the West, but also a company culture or team culture. And this especially could be interesting topic for new team managers or new project managers who work in the multicultural environment. And today with this Chinese saying, 术业有专攻, let's talk about how does it affect your confidence and the communication with that person and the rest of your team, and what mindset and strategy or actions you want to take, you want to have for better performance of yourself and the whole team. So in Asian culture, I guess some of you are familiar with this. In this kind of situation, sometimes people may find it really hard, really challenging to have a conversation around delegation or assign a task. No need to mention to have a difficult conversation when there's conflict or when there's boundary or responsibilities needs to be clarified. Because part of the culture has this respect for the seniors, and also giving them comment or and like a direct order may be perceived as rude or disrespectful. But and also traditionally in the Eastern culture, people with more years of experiences may have more authority or more power sometimes in the organization at work. And for sure, this is changing over the years, and also depends on many other factors in the company, in the organization, etc. And on the other side, if we put the same situation in the Western culture, maybe it's different, maybe it's similar. How about a multinational organization where you may find a team with a mix of East and West culture, and there could be a gap to fill in between the company culture and the local team culture? With the Chinese saying today, it is about everyone is in the team for a reason, because everyone are here to contribute to the team in certain way, right? So as a team leader or as a project leader, your job is to operate and manage the process, to understand your team and bring out the best of everyone, so everyone can work together to maximize the outcome. And you are there to support them when needed, not only with the specific work, but also from the process of how everything's done here. So as a team leader, your goal is to lead the work of the team to achieve all the project goals within the given constraints. In other words, your job as a team leader is not to master all the specific techniques or skills, right? It's impossible. So when looking at this situation, when you have someone more experienced in your team in certain field, there is no need to feel like you are less than them and feel inconfident, because it's just you and that person are contributing in the team in different ways. And all the conversation you needed to have with that person, either a happy one or a difficult one, or sometimes maybe an awkward one, everything you're doing there is actually to work with them, to help them, to support them grow better with the team and in the team. The other thing here I want to emphasize is your leadership presence. Sometimes it's written in the company culture, in the company slogan or your team plan, but many times the leadership presence is unspoken. It's showed through your behaviors. So imagine how you engage or respond or communicate with that person who's more experienced than you in your team. It's not only about the performance or relationship of you two only, but also the whole team. Everyone's watching, right? So it could be so easy to forget this while you are focusing on only this one person. So whatever decision or plan you are making, think twice before you take the action. What does it mean to other people in the team? And how this may affect the whole team in short term and also long term. And then expand from here, I want to talk about company culture, right? This is an important factor when it comes to this kind of situation. And how the company culture may reflect or translate into your action with the situation in your team. What does equality mean in your company and your team? We always talk about DEI, right? So what does it mean in your company? How it's performed? So being equal to everyone doesn't mean to treat everyone exactly the same, because everyone's different. Everyone's independent individual, right? So back to the Chinese saying, 术业有专攻. Everyone has their strength. So I would say the key here to practice equality is to also intentionally to discover what are the less experienced people, the team member, what are their strengths and what they are good at or where they want to grow, because everyone deserves your attention in the team. And how about inclusion? How about inclusion in your company and your team? No matter how senior or experienced someone is, they are part of the team. And when you treat them differently, even you sold, you are being respectful, you're trying to be nice to them. But when you treat them differently, sometimes it could end with exclude them or isolate them, which is exactly what we don't want to happen. So these are the things I want to reflect about the situation when you have someone older or senior or more experienced in your team. And still, for sure, like we always say, it's easy to say, but it's really hard to do it. Here are a few things I want to share with you. Maybe you can start with practice or adapt the mindset or put it into action. The first one is being respectful does not take away your influence in your team. Do not worry about that. And you don't need to devalue your experiences. Second, difficult conversation is necessary and unavoidable. Unfortunately, it is part of your job as a team leader, no matter in what culture or environment. And it is the earlier, the better, before something happens, before the conflict or misunderstanding accumulate. And it's about how you deliver the message and the conversation. Third one, be open to ask questions. You don't have to have all the answers for everything as a team leader. And also you don't need to lose the confidence or lose your faith when you ask someone to contribute their opinion or their expertise. And that's why you have a team, for the collective intelligence. The fourth one is, although I said you don't have to be the expert of everyone what they know, but continuous learning is crucial here for the team leader. So that can enable yourself. So you can enable yourself to be able to carry on a professional conversation with that person and understand their professional needs or challenges. That's very important for you as a leader. Next one, focus on your role and the responsibilities as a team leader. Do not let this situation turn into a stress source and become a distraction. The sixth, start with knowing that person. Have to initiate to have a one-on-one conversation. And don't let this one single fact, that person is more experienced than you, stopping you from working with them. Apply the flexible leadership to adapt your communication and approach based on who you are and who they are. The seventh is, if someone is expert, recognize it in one-on-one conversation, like I said, but also share that with the team. Be open about it. Because sometimes when we try to put it undercover, it becomes more complicated. Just share with the team. Or how about encourage the more experienced person to be a coach or a mentor to the other team member, so you can even amplify their strengths. The last one, as a team leader, you are not an individual contributor anymore. Remember, your job is to lead the team. So take everyone into consideration. When you decide to take action or make a decision, be aware of the environment in the team and your available support resources, and set priorities, and always remember to step back and look at the bigger picture. So with all being said, it has come to the end of my sharing today. This Chinese saying of Han-Yu, the saying 术业有专攻, is about people may have different knowledge or good at different things. And it is also about being humble and confident to learn about others and understand everyone, include yourself, because everyone got something to shine. It's just about if you have the open eyes and the open mind to discover and share with everyone. So thank you for being here. And this is my series on LinkedIn Live. We have a saying in Chinese. Every Thursday, 5 p.m., I come up live here with a Chinese saying and some of my reflections. So please make sure sign up the events, even you cannot make it for the live event. So later you can have the playback available in your feed. Okay, then thank you for being here, and I will see you next week.